Hi everyone, and welcome back to Queen G's Recipes, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a very simple vanilla poke cake. It is a cake that you can make when you're in a rush, when you don't know what to make for dessert and you need something really quick. It is the perfect recipe and it is made from a boxed cake. Now before I go over any of the ingredients, I wanted to also give you a cake box hack so you can make your cake taste better than just a plain cake from a box. So for example, here I am using a white cake mix here. This is what we'll need for this recipe. So it does require 1 1/4 cups of water or milk. So we're going to be using milk and not water. It also requires 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. So we're going to double it and we're going to switch it to butter. So instead of using 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, we're going to use 2/3 cups of melted butter. So it also asks for 3 egg whites or 3 whole eggs. So I'm going to be using 3 whole eggs and we'll be adding an egg yolk, just the yolk. So that is just what you need to do to get a perfect, delicious, buttery cake from a cake mix. So you know now, instead of using water, you'll use milk. Instead of using vegetable oil, you'll use melted butter and you'll double it, double the amount of vegetable oil and use butter. And for the eggs, whatever amount of eggs that it requires, you will add an extra egg yolk. So that's that. There's some hacks to making the perfect cake from a box. Now the ingredients we'll be using are, I kind of went over the ingredients already, but let's go over them again. 3 eggs, 1 egg yolk, 1 1/4 cups of milk, 2/3 cups of melted butter. We're also going to be adding in 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract because we want to make it a nice vanilla cake. Here, this is actually to be used for the filling of our cake, which is 2 cups of heavy whipping cream and 3 full tablespoons of icing sugar, also known as powdered sugar. And we're also going to be using vanilla pudding for our filling as well, and we'll be mixing this together. So for the vanilla pudding, it does require 2 cups of milk. So you're going to be halving that and only using 1 cup. So whatever package of pudding mix you use, just make sure you use half of the milk that it requires. So that's that. First off, I'm going to make my whipped cream. What I'm going to do is I'm going to whip it up to soft peaks with my sugar, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so now that our whipped cream is at nice firm peaks, this is the consistency you want it at, we're just going to place it in a separate bowl. I'm going to scrape down the sides and place it in a bowl. I'm going to cover it with some plastic wrap and I'm going to place it in my fridge until we are ready to use it. Okay, so I like to do my whipped cream first because I don't want to have to wash my bowls in between making my cake here. So we've done our whipped cream and the remaining of the filling we will make once our cake is in the oven baking. So now it's very simple. We're going to make our cake batter. So we'll place our package of cake mix, eggs, butter, milk, and our tablespoon of vanilla. This is going to give us an amazing flavor. So I'm just going to place my whisk attachment here. As I said, you don't need to wash anything. Okay, and we're going to mix until we have a nice batter. Okay, so our cake batter is perfect, as you can see, and we are ready to place it in our baking dish. Okay, so I'm using a 9 by 13 inch glass baking dish here. You can use any dish of your choice. Now, it doesn't have to be glass for sure, but I just think for presentation, it just makes it look a little bit nicer. So what I have done is I just sprayed some nonstick spray on my pan, so a little bit of margarine or softened butter will do as well. And now you also want to make sure you already have your oven preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so we're going to bake our cake for around 35 minutes or so, or until a toothpick inserted comes out clean. So let's get to baking. Okay, so as I mentioned, we are going to make our second part of our filling now. And as I previously mentioned to you, you are going to use half of the milk required on your package. So my package requires 2 cups. I will be using only 1 cup of milk. So I'm going to add in my milk, my pudding mix, and I'm going to mix it until it becomes a nice thick consistency. Okay, so our pudding here is nice and thick, as you can see. All right, so now I have taken my whipped cream, which I stored in my fridge, and I'm going to add in about 1 cup. And we're going to mix with a spatula so we don't lose the volume of our whipped cream. Okay, so I've mixed that together already, so we already mixed in 1 cup. I'm going to mix in probably another half a cup here and mix again. Okay, so my cake baked for exactly 40 minutes, and now we're going to allow it to cool just as it is for about 15 minutes. And once you notice it is warm to the touch, then we will move on to adding our filling. Okay, so my cake has been cooling at room temperature for about 15 to 17 minutes. And now what we're going to do is, because it is a poke cake, we are going to use a wooden spoon and we're going to poke some holes in our cake. Now I'm going to poke it in the middle so that I have 12 even slices here, so that each slice has the filling and it's going to be perfect and beautiful. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to poke my cake. So I made a hole here already. Now another one here in the middle, just like that. Okay, so after my cake baked, I left it at room temperature for about 15 minutes. Then we poked the holes in our cake, and then I left it again for another 40 minutes at room temperature. And now we're ready to place our filling. Now you don't want to place the filling on the cake when it's cold. You want to allow it to still be nice and warm, just not hot. so it seeps into the cake nicely. So I removed my filling here, the pudding and whipped topping mixture, and we're going to place this on our cake. You want to spread it evenly on your cake, just making sure that all the little holes in the cake get filled with this amazing filling. Okay, that. And because the cake is still warm, it'll seep through nicely. Okay, so now we'll take our reserved whipped cream and place it on top. Okay, so you can most definitely leave it as it is, place it in your fridge for an hour or two until it's ready to serve. But I'm just gonna add some graham cracker crumbs that I have here, okay, that I purchased just like this. If you have some graham crackers, you can crush them up as well and do this as well. Or even some vanilla wafers, you can crush those up in your food processor, and it'll give you the same result. Okay, so I'm just going to decorate it here. Okay, so I'm going to place my cake in the fridge for about an hour. Okay, so my cake has been in the fridge for a little over an hour, and ideally after you're completely finished your cake, topping, filling, and all, you want to make sure that before serving it to your family and guests, you do leave it refrigerating for at least 3 hours. But I really want to show you guys what it looks like and tastes like, so I'm going to cut into it now. Okay, so I took a few more bites so you could see where the filling was, as you can see here. There is the filling. Now, you can most definitely poke more holes in your cake and have it completely filled with filling, but I just like to make sure that there is one in each piece. But that is up to you, and you can do whatever you like when it comes to that. But I just want to show you here the filling, the inside here. You can see. Okay, the cake is just amazing. It tastes like a bakery cake. It is just perfection. It's so perfect, buttery, moist. It's just amazing, and you will love it. It's perfect for this time of year, perfect for a party, birthday, any season, any time, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. So don't forget to give us a nice big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and to hit that notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a new and delicious recipe. Share the recipe with your family and friends, and simply just enjoy it. So I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye everyone.